Stay tuned, because today I'm going to tell you more about the purchase of property in Portugal. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Agnieszka Kijonka and I'm a realtor and buyer specialist in the Central Algarve in Portugal. You can learn more about us by visiting our website, a1-algarve.com. And please don't forget to check out our other resources when buying a property in the Algarve, such as our podcast with valuable topics and our blog. Portuguese real estate law and the contractual practices based on it differ significantly from the law of English-speaking countries. We are absolutely sure that this guide will enable you to complete your purchase successfully and risk-free while being confident at every stage of the purchase. We will take care of all the documents and gently guide you to legal ownership of your dream residence in the Algarve. Buying a property abroad can be an exciting experience. We are here to help you make buying your Algarve property an informed and enjoyable experience. So, what are the individual steps of the purchase? You would start with getting in touch with your agent and explain to your agent what properties you are looking for, how and where they should be located, and compile a list of what's most important to you. Your agent will then only select properties that match your criteria and hopefully respect your wish list inside out. Have your agent provide you with a list of properties to consider and book the viewings. And if I may suggest, do not look at more than 3 to 4 properties per day. This will only confuse you. During the pandemic, realtors should also be able to offer virtual viewing tours. Just ask your agent. So, you have found property, this one property that best suits your criteria? Well, then make sure and visit it a second time at a different time of day. When you are sure that you want to make an offer, ask your estate agent to advise you on the price at which you should enter into negotiations. It shouldn't be too low and it shouldn't be too high. If somebody knows, it's your agent. Has the seller accepted your offer? Yes. Have your estate agent confirm this in writing. Ask your agent to recommend an English-speaking lawyer, a surveyor, and if desired, an architect or builder. The safe completion of the real estate purchase in Portugal is accompanied by a lawyer who is commissioned by the buyer. The notary in Portugal only performs a purely notarizing function. The lawyer is responsible for advising you and drawing up your contract, your individual contract. The lawyer's task initially includes applying for your obligatory tax number, the NIF, or contribuinte number. And the appointed lawyer has the task of checking the documents of the property, such as the absence of encumbrances, the legality under building law, the extract from the land register, the extract from the register of the tax office, the floor plans, the certificate of use from the building authority, and the technical certificate of habitation, and the energy certificate, of course. There is A next step, which would be then the promissory contract. And the promissory contract is of great importance in Portugal when purchasing real estate. The promissory contract is expressly provided for by law and is subject to complex provisions. Although ownership of the property does not pass to the buyer until the final deeds are signed, the promissory purchase contract serves to secure the property and all conditions associated with the purchase. There is no priority notice of conveyance that secures a claim to the acquisition of ownership in Portugal. After registration, the promissory contract has urgent effect and is also valid vis-à-vis third parties. The conclusion of a promissory contract of sale is usually accompanied by a non-refundable deposit of 10 to 25% of the agreed sales price. Well, and once we are clear that everything is smooth and fine and all documents are accepted by your lawyer, the final deeds are signed. The final deeds are only signed when all the requirements listed in the promissory contract have been fulfilled and all documents are confirmed as valid. Your lawyer will inform you when he will book the notary appointment, and you can be present, or if you have given your lawyer power of attorney in advance, he will sign on your behalf. In order to attend the notary appointment, your lawyer must first have the difference in the purchase price and the IMT tax and any other additional costs in his account. Then he has the obligation to pay the IMT at least 24 hours before the notary appointment. Ownership of the property is transferred to the buyer at the notary's office when the purchase contract is signed. So, after signing the contract, you will receive the keys and can move into your property immediately. The deed of sale will be sent to you by your lawyer about 6 weeks later. Now, to the costs. The buyer of property in Portugal has to pay the following costs: the surveyor, the IMT, the stamp duty, the notary, and your lawyer. Let's start with the IMT. The IMT is the land transfer tax. It's levied on the purchase price of the property on a sliding scale. Usually you can expect around 5.5% for residential properties. If the property has a purchase value of more than 1 million euros, it will be 7.5%. The fees for the notary are fixed by law and are on a sliding scale depending on the sales price, but it should not be more than 1,000 to 2,000 euros. If you buy a building plot, you will have to pay 2 notary fees for 2 titles, one for the land and one for the building. Stamp duty. Of course, the stamp duty tax is 0.8% of the purchase price, and it is payable on each property in addition to the IMT. The legal fees, they are usually between 1 and 2% of the purchase price, but it's always advisable to get a quote for legal fees before committing to the lawyer. And one more thing that we very often forget to include in our mathematics is the fact that in addition to the fees associated with buying a property, you should also consider ongoing costs. These include local property taxes like the IMI, income tax on earnings if you rent out your property, and tax accountant fees. In addition, there are garden and pool maintenance, of course, for a private villa, building and contents insurance. Don't forget the resort fees in gated communities, and a management fee in case you're hiring a company to maintain or rent out your home. Well, you should take advantage of our long-term experience in assisting overseas buyers who usually have a finite window of opportunity in which they try finding a property in the Algarve. We know time is of the essence, and we are used to organizing itineraries to ensure a smooth schedule of appointments in order to make the best possible use of your time. If you're moving here and need some assistance to find a second home in the Algarve, don't hesitate to contact us. If you have any questions, feel free to send an email to info@a1-algarve.com. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumb up and share with your friends. Thank you for watching. See you next time.